this video, I'm going to show you 4 methods to remove empty elements from a list. Let's say we have a list called X that contains numbers 1, 2, 3, and 2 null elements, and a vector of 4 to 10. Let's run this by pressing Ctrl Enter, and then let's look at X. So at position 4 and 5, we got the null values. In the first method, we will use sapply. So we have to give a list and a function. So list is X and a function is is.null. We're going to check whether these elements are null value. So let's run this. It will give you a vector of logical values indicating that position 4 and 5 are indeed null values. Okay, so we are going to use these logical values to subset the list. So we don't need this. So we are going to subset X. So give it a square bracket, and inside the square bracket, we don't want the null value. So we are going to say exclamation mark just to reverse the logical values. And then we say sapply X is dot null. Let's run this. Now you got a list without any empty elements. Okay, the second method is going to use tidyverse library. Let's load the library. Now we use a function called compact, and you have to give it a list. So let's say X. This will give you a list without any empty elements. So this is a very quick way to remove empty elements. But the third method, we are going to use another function from the tidyverse library. It's called discard. You have to give it a list and a function. So X, then function is dot null. So this will give you the same results, but this method is more explicit. Then you have to write what you are going to do. So it is a better method. And the fourth method is going to use a function called keep, and then you have to supply a list, and then what you are going to do in a little bit complicated way. So we say tilde, and then we say not is dot null, and then give it a dot. So this dot is indicating all elements within the list. So we are checking all elements within the X, and then if they are null, then we are going to remove that. So out of these 4 methods, I think the second and third methods are much simpler, but the third method is more explicit. So by looking at a code, you know what you have done. So I believe the third method is a better method to remove empty elements from the list.